Hey guys, what's going on? Sarge here, and in this video we're going to be giving a tutorial on how to do well in the jungle. Let's get started. So, for those of you who play League of Legends, and any of you guys who want to be junglers, this will be a great guide. I'm going to teach you certain situations and what to do in those situations. So for this video, I'm going to demonstrate using Jarvan. I can't use any of my runes. I forgot about that. But anyway, we're just gonna
by my will, this shall be finished.
I'm gonna show you what to do in certain situations. So let's say you're getting counter jungled, all kinds of things. So the only way I'll show you right now is if we get into the if we get into the video. So for those of you guys who don't know, I am a jungle main in League of Legends. I am really good at it. I'm Iron 1 in ranked. Only reason I'm in Iron, the very bottom, the top of the bottom, is because I don't play ranked too much. But when I do quite well. So I'm going to be showing you how to counter jungle the enemy, invade, when to go for ganks, when to gank, objective control, map awareness, and yeah, a lot of map pressure. So if this game just loads. So again, I would like to apologize to you guys who watched my first video. The audio was not working on my Astro mic, and so I had no idea what was going on. So yeah, just want to apologize for that. So right now we're going to, I can't remember where the XP is. Yeah.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay, so
for my father, the king.
Sorry. Let's see.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Let's see. Okay, so say. Alright, so let's say you are a red side jungler. So normally you would start red side, obviously. Because you're gonna start red side, it is possible that you get invaded, and I accidentally took the wrong level. So let me just see this.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, I spawned all the So let me just max level again. Just gonna max level real quick so I can show you.
Protect the faithful.
A good way that you can counter any invades or counter jungling is to either ward this bush here. You can ward that one. You can also ward the tried bush down here, because this is a really good spot to ward.
No quarter for the wicked.
Normally I don't ward here because of the fact that I go for invades most of the time. But before I invade, I like to drop a ward in this pixel brush here, so that I know when the enemy takes these scuttle crabs. So I'm just going to give you a demonstration right here. So this is the pathing that most junglers take nowadays. So you just go for the first You just go for the first buff, and then afterwards you path to your Krugs. And I want to show you how to kite these properly. I didn't do that before. What you want to do, you want to get the little one stuck between the big one. You see how I'm doing that? I'm rotating it. So you want to do this with all the jungle cats, the Krugs like this. And another good thing, always attack the little ones that drop first, because they're CC'd. And while the other ones drop, you can attack them.
Today is a good day to die.
Just remember to go. And then after doing your outside, you can either go for a gank, or you could just take Scuttle Crab and then move into for a gank. So here I'm just gonna scuttle here. Alright, so now let's say, let's say there's an enemy there, and your teammates are pushed in. Okay, so your enemy's pushing, and your teammate is shoved in, you know. So what's the best route to gank? Let's say they have this warded, okay? So if they have that warded, a good thing to do is you want to path towards closest to the rock, because it'll get you there faster, so then you can do your combo, so like that. Now, another thing, when you go for a gank, most of the time you don't want to use any knockup or dash. What you want to do, you just want to walk slightly ahead of them, so that when, let me see. So, let's say he comes from here and he goes there. So, as he sees me, he's gonna start walking this way, and I'm just gonna walk with him. And then let's say he flashes. Let's say he flashes there, and then you want to use your combo, and then you'll be able to kill him when you use your ult. Okay, so I'm gonna put another dummy here just to show you. So this bush is warded. I walk down closest to the rock. I just walk with him because he sees me. Auto attack, auto attack, auto attack. Let's say he flashes. Alright, now we use the combo. Now he's dead. No more flash. And then you want to obviously ping your flash. And after you go from a gank, you have one of two things. You can either go to your top side, which you haven't cleared yet, or you can attempt to invade and get vision. If you are also playing against a red buff jungler, they most likely have done most of their camps already on their top side, if they have not. So let's just say there was an Udyr here. He started red, went to Krugs, went to Raptors, and started to gank top and mid lane. And because of the time that he took when I ganked bot lane, he was up here and here. I can path towards his bot side jungle, and then, you know, take his camp. Okay. So that's another good tip. And another thing I want to teach you guys is that you always want to back when you have almost 1200 gold. Okay, you don't want to back at like 1000. You don't want to back at like 900. You want to back as soon as you got 1200, because when you do this, you are able to get a huge power spike by getting your jungle item, or your second tier of your jungle item, and you get your any other items you want. So I'm about to get 1200 gold here. It's close enough. Alright, so now I'm at 1200 gold, presumably. So I can buy this, I can go for this, and go for this. Now I have a huge item advantage against enemy jungler. And the mistake between most enemy junglers and is that, and experienced junglers, sorry, is that they don't back often. Like, you always want to back when you're sitting on a large amount of gold, because then you can get your components for your full items. Now, a lot of times I see in the lower elos, I see, you know, bronze and iron and silver characters, silver junglers. They just like to just farm up their jungle. They don't like to do anything else. And I guess that's fine, you know, get XP and CS, but you're not making plays happen. And you're not getting map awareness, you're not getting objective control, and that's why it's not really great to just farm. Another reason that it's not great to farm is because of the fact that your enemy, when they kill you, they get a small portion of that gold. So you technically lose that on gold. So you're more susceptible to actually lose 1v1s because you haven't bought, because you're sitting on a large amount of gold, because you haven't backed. So most of the time you're just going to want to back as soon as you get a large amount of gold or enough gold to buy your. Now for the first pack, you saw me there, I bought Saber, Longsword, and a Control Ward. Now most of the time what I use this Control Ward for is I will either go the Dragon or the Rift Herald, but sometimes I don't hold on to it for that long, so I'll just go the Dragon. So that's another great tip. Always Control Ward any objectives so that you can clear the enemy's vision. And another thing, if you know where the enemy jungler is. Let's say I know Udyr is in the top side. Let's say I know he's here.
The massive,
I saw him
now
walking in
and
through
forever.
Midland. Okay. I want to take advantage of that by roaming into the opposite side of his jungle. And look, his ground's already up. So you want to take advantage of every opportunity you can get. And while I'm here, like, oh, I'm just going to leave. No. That's what most
Protect the
low
faithful.
elo junglers do. What you want to do as a high elo jungler, you either want to ward here or in the bush. That way you know when Udyr is coming from this direction or here. This is a major ward because it covers 3 paths and entrances. So let's
No
say, you
quarter
know, I'm
for
not
the
here right now.
wicked.
So let me just say I'm over here. You can see if Udyr comes from here, here, or here. So it's really good. And another thing, if you know there's an area warded, like let's say, you know, this is warded. Say you know that.
Who dares
A good way
defy
to
my
get
will?
around your ward without using your knockup combo or dash or whatever, you can use the blast cone and path right into the bush right here. So you're just right here. And again, let's say the enemy is here. They have flash. Alright, I come in and I auto attack him. He flashes. You know, come for the combo. He's dead. Alright, so another good thing. And a lot of junglers like to try to KS or just go for kills. No. The jungler that wins is the one who pushes objectives and the one who tries to CS and has a balance of assisting his teammates. And for this purpose of the video, I'm gonna kill him. So off of that play that I just made in the bot lane, I was able to get Dragon, apply pressure on the bot side so that my bot laners have priority just in case any of the jungler decides to roam. So let's say Udyr was on his way. So he knew this was, he warded this. Let's say this
Today
wasn't
is
there.
a good
He warded
day
this
to
and he saw us
die.
doing it. Because I made that play in bot lane, my bot laners are pushing. They're now ready to respond if Udyr attempts to attack me. So say he's here and then, oh, I'm sorry. Let's say the enemy's here. My teammates will begin to rotate from here and just push up here. And then who has the kite, obviously. We have the advantage. Okay. So after objectives, what do? Alright. So after, normally you go for ganks and clear CS. Obviously you just want to keep backing. And whenever you can, let's say your laner's not here. So in this case, I don't have a laner. So what you want to do, whenever you're backing or contesting objectives, you want to shove the wave in. The reason for this is because when you shove the wave in, it applies pressure into different lanes. So I shoved the mid wave, okay? Now I'm gonna leave. Now, shoving the wave allows you to get damage on the tower and also prohibits the mid laner and will make him lose gold and experience. So let's say there's an enemy Yasuo over here. Because I shoved the wave in, those minions are gonna die to the tower, and he's not gonna get any experience from it. So, or gold, and it's a huge advantage because even though I'm like, oh well, it's just gold minions, you know, there's no point in shoving the wave. It actually does matter because that amount of minions can give him the next level, which may or may not give him the advantage in the next team fight or 1v1. So it's always good to shove in the waves when you can. And just shove in the wave whenever you can. And another thing, so this is a really bad mistake. You do not want to sit on this much gold unless you are somehow managing to make plays and not
Your
dying.
team has destroyed a turret.
You never want to sit on this much gold because let's say, Udyr just completed his first item and now he can 1v1 me. You never want to sit on that much gold because they have an opportunity to attack you. So I'm just gonna add some gold here. Where's the gold? Add. Add gold. Okay. So let's say I got enough money to buy more treads, finish my item, and I finish this. Okay. So when you have 2 completed items and some boots, you are insanely strong. Now, most of the time you're gonna want to go Merc Treads or you're gonna want to go for Tabby. The reason for this is because most junglers that you're going to go up against are probably auto attack based, and Tabby reduces the attack damage of enemies by how much? Check. 12%. So you block 12% of their total damage from basic attacks, and that's really good. Because if I was up against Udyr, that makes a huge difference in a fight. Let's say I'm up against a CC heavy, a CC heavy team comp, but I'm up against Udyr. The best thing to do is you want to optimize your buys and equipment based on what you're going up against. You don't want to just go for a set build and go for that build every single time. No, because if you do that, you won't be able to adapt to the newest situations that you encounter. So let's say this is a Blitzcrank, we got a Pike, and they have a Pike, they have a Darius, they have a Jax, whatever. Okay, if they have a CC heavy team composition, you're going to want to go for the Merc Treads because they give you 25% magic resist, or not 25%, sorry, 25 rather, 25 magic resist. And because of that, you're going to want to get those because even though you're up against an auto attack based champion that does a lot of damage, the most reasonable buy is to get the Mercury Treads because they have so much CC. Like, sure, you can do damage and all, like they can do damage, but if you're stuck in one spot, it does not matter. If you're just frozen in that one spot forever, and there's just like so many enemies near you, there's like 3 people, and you're just all CC'd. They're just all CC'd. You're just completely stuck. It does not matter that you have Ninja Tabby because there's 4 people just ganging up on you. Now, if you had Merc Treads, the duration of the stuns are going to be much shorter, so you could get out with just that sliver of health. You can just get out. And this is a lifesaver because whenever you're up against a CC heavy team, you can just escape that CC. And again, when you shove in the wave, like let's say, like all my waves are shoving, so now we have priority, and now we can take this, I can't even remember what dragon this is, but now, because all of our lanes are shoving, we have pressure and we can take the objectives. Now we can take all these objectives and we have the advantage. Now, oh, they're pushing out. Okay. Now we just want to push the wave again and get ourselves the advantage. Alright, now this wave's pushing. Now I have mid priority, and my mid laner, he can come help me if I get collapsed on. Okay. So having map awareness is crucial when it comes to jungling. You have to know what's going on in each lane, and when they're pushing, when they're not pushing, because that means the difference between a successful gank and successful classes. If your laner is shoved in, let me see, here I'm gonna despawn all those because there's too many dummies. If your laner is shoved in all the way over here, you shouldn't be taking the Rift Herald. If your top laner is shoved in, and your mid laner is shoved in, like let's say, yeah, they're shoving, say they're shoved in, you should not be taking this, because if Udyr were to rotate down and come at you, you have no help, because they're focused with dealing with the enemy right in front of them. So just keep that in mind. Always have map awareness, always know when your lanes are pushing, when they're being pushed in, and it will make your game so much easier, because you know if your mid laner, bot laner, or top laner can help you. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on notifications. I'm going to post every day. And if you want to see more videos like this, leave a like and subscribe.